guys, Ben Wheeler, the Mercenary King, here with a deck profile. Originally, I hoped this would be a deck transformation, something I've been experimenting with, where I move decks around into other, more modern or powerful or just funner decks as new stuff comes out. But unfortunately, the file got corrupted. I really need to get a better camera. And I have the resources to get myself like a used Moto X or something like that. You know, something with a decent camera, but not too advanced that won't corrupt everything. All right, so this is a Vanquisher deck, Ben style. We will see why in a bit. I don't really like this starter, Harbinger Draco Kid, and he's good. Plus 3K whenever you put something into the bind zone. Your Vanguard puts stuff into, not Vanguard, but his stride puts stuff in the bind zone. All those strides put stuff in the bind zone, either on hit or on command. None of these guys do it. This Voltage Horn does. Oh no, Voltage Horn does it, and I think, yeah, this guy does it too. So he does have his stuff. Honestly, though, I'd put him behind a rear guard rather than a Vanguard because he gets 3K for everything that's bound. Generation Break 1, which is always nice. For triggers, we have 4 heals. 4 draws. Now I do like this. I do like this draw above others, simply because of the art. Narukami has terrible art mostly, even the good stuff. Not enough chicks, that sort of thing. And what little art that is good is always nice to have. I also run stands in this deck. It's 4 of Exorcist Mage Linlin. She's an old one from set 9. Oh, Lord, set 9's old. When this unit is placed on Vanguard Rearguard Circle, a continuous basically disappears. Hey, don't you use my thing as a scratching post. Cats. The ability is lost until end of turn. So you don't want to give it to a good one, but there's no real bad ones out there. You could give it to this guy, get rid of Lord for a turn. And then, let's see here. I don't think I have any other ones, though. Yeah, it's auto. Oh, here's some continuous. You could technically get rid of this one. I don't know why you would, but you could, because it gives him plus 3K in an ability. Just saying what's available. Then we have here Dragon Dancer Vian. I always felt that Dragon Dancers were Kagero and Exorcist Mages were Narukami, but I guess someone thought the design worked. Put this unit on the top of the deck. When a unit's rear guard is put into the drop zone, you may pay the cost of you, shuffle your deck, draw a card, unflip a damage, and that's pretty good. That's a really good for a stand trigger, and it actually works with Voltage Horn, making the retire free, making the retire in mind for you, so you boost with it. This doesn't have to hit. Counterblast 1, kill something, bind it face up, and then you send her into the deck, draw a card, unflip a damage, shuffle, so on and so forth. It's nice. And 4 of the super gay heal trick. Just so gay. But he has the best art. 2 Rising Phoenixes. These guys have been kicking around set 12, set 6. Soul Blast 2, when the scene is placed in the rearguard circle, unflip a damage. Draw a card. Narukami usually needs this card just to boost their hand a bit. Also, he's perfect behind, most of my rear guards and certainly my Vanguard. Yeah, I don't know why. Narukami just doesn't generate hand advantage except through killing their opponent's cards. Now this guy is interesting. He's got a continuous. This opponent cannot attack a rear guard, but G-Break 1, when this unit attacks, this unit gets plus 4K until end of turn. So an interesting combo. Put this wherever, but allow it to attack rear guards. Now, does that help anything? Early game, yes. It allows you to kill rear guards, 10K attackers, that sort of thing. Because the opponent really wouldn't want to spend the resources to block just 7K. Then I have 4 Mighty Bolt Dragon. By the way, this is Wyvern Strike, Pigema. For Mighty Bolt Dragoon, I like Dragoons. I feel that they should name more Dragoons. You know what I mean? Basically, you can search out a Vanquisher as long as you have a grade 3 in hand. Then you discard a card. Also, it counts for 2 grades of stride, and then 4 of the nice perfect shields. Now, this can only work on your Vanguard, but it does unflip a damage, and this deck needs a little bit of damage unflip, especially if you can get Voltage Horn off as well as Vanquisher. Now, here's an interesting choice that I haven't seen people choosing, but I feel that this should definitely have. And this is Spirited Brawler Koken. He doesn't require a brawl or anything like that. When this attacks a Vanguard, if there are no rear guards in your opponent's front row, this unit gets plus 3k. So he hits 22k by himself when you stride with Conquest Dragon. And that's always good, especially when you do it over a Vanquisher. Fun like that, you know what I mean? And then this is something that's basically designed for Vanquisher, and that's this unit can't attack a rearguard, but he's Demonic Dragon Berserker Chichura. During your turn, this unit gets plus 3k and counterblast 1 when this unit attack hits a Vanguard. Draw a card and then bind a drop zone card. So basically, with this new stuff, I'll talk about this. First, Voltage Horn Dragon. He's the sort of the grade 2 G-Break double rare. Counterblast 1 when this unit attacks a Vanguard and it's boosted. Kill something. Or your opponent chooses one of his or her rear guards and retires it, binding it face up. Basically, what this deck does is it messes with the drop zone and actually horrifyingly crushes Legion. However, this isn't really a Legion meta very much, and certain things can certain cards can just retire things, get things into their drop zone. Now, what I did was I combined this up with Break Rides. I didn't have 4 Ignition Dragons, which are when this unit is ridden by an Narukami, counterblast 1, the opponent chooses 2, kills them, and you get plus 10k. And this one is just when you ride it, kill something in the front row. And they both get boost to power depending on various reasons. One reason is because Break Rides give power to your Vanquisher at an appropriate time, making him like 24,000 because you will have some means of retire, and a crit, and that's really nice. So you Break Ride, you kill 2. Let's say that you've G-Braked twice. That means that he is 21,000, 24, 27, 30,000 crit 2 plus the 7k booster, which is 37,000 crit 2. That's nice. That's really nice, actually. Or this one, it's still. Why did I add 9k? Oh wait, because I had a Voltage Horn or whatever. And this would still be 27, 34,000. Crit 2, and that's also really nice. It's provides a lot of utility for this guy. Staying on these guys, riding, striding over them, waiting for them to really show off, is really beneficial. But at the same time, riding Dragonic Vanquisher directly is also perfectly fine. He is the G-Break 2, gets plus 3k and a crit whenever something's put to the drop zone by an effect of one of your cards. And then Counterblast 1, when this unit is stridden, choose one of your opponent's rear guards in the front row, kill it, and bind it face up. So that's always really nice. Your opponent can't really play a front row, but at the same time, once they get to Conquest Dragon, they need that front row. They need a front row, otherwise he just gets 10k to stuff, and that's horrifying. So yeah, he's good. You want to use him maybe his second ability like once or twice, depending, because even though he will hit stride numbers, if you do it right, it's still a little difficult. and doesn't give you as many cards as you should like, as well as doesn't really work with the stands. Because he gets a crit, you don't need crits in the deck. So you have stands so you can attack more. That's how it works. So we have 2 different strides. Lightning Dragon Knight Zoras. When this unit attack hits a Vanguard, the opponent chooses a rearguard, retires it, and you choose up to 2 of your opponent's drop zone and bind them face up. So interesting fact, let's say for whatever reason they have an Otter. They choose the Otter. Otter doesn't die. Otter is functionally immortal. You can still bind 2 from the drop zone, making your starter, plus 11k. And then we have Supreme Dragon, Conquest Dragon. Conquering Supreme Dragon, Conquest Dragon. And that's flip over a Conquest Dragon, kill a rearguard in the front row, and everything gets in the front row gets plus 10k for all of your opponent's open rearguard circles in the front row. So basically, everything gets plus 10k. He gets plus 10k, by the way. So he can hit like 43k with a 7k booster, which is lovely. But at the same time, not so much Voltage Horn, but this guy will hit 21,000 and give you a draw on hit, and this guy will hit 22,000. Both of these are excellent stand targets. Heck, even if you get like 2 stands in a row, you can stand this guy again and this guy, and then just swing again to kill something else. Because here's the thing, your opponent chooses who to retire. That's really nice. It's also fun with guys like this, who is an 11k attacker, so he gets 21k by himself. Of course, he only can attack the Vanguard, but that's not really a problem. This deck is pretty fun so far. A lot of retire, a lot of sweet abilities. I really think people will enjoy it when it sort of shows up, and I'm wondering whether I want to play it sometime. But Mega Colony's been in my mind since Fire's Collection has come out. Oh well, hey, this has been Ben Wheeler, the Mercenary King, here with the deck profile. Look forward to my deck transformations in the future. Like, comment, subscribe, Imagine Your Goddess. Bye.